Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 16th, 2022 full moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. There will be a loud sound accompanying this cleanse. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Taurus, let's see what the moon has to say. And the imagery that just keeps on coming up, I was looking into the scrying bowl, and as I was listening also to the singing bowl, was a bell being rung and rung. And there's just a sense of clarity, because a bell for me means clarity. It also means an elevation of self and an elevation of ideas. So that's going to be very beautiful during this time. So let's look at what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, okay. This one right here. So this full moon is in Libra. And we have here the path, the void, and faith. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, and show me clearly. We have faith in your dreams. Your dreams need a practical plan, and this is the full moon in Taurus, so we're coming through right there. And then balance spirituality with practicality. That's also going to be very important. But we're coming through in this moon, so there's going to be this practical side of us that comes forward here, Taurus, that we need to acknowledge and really embrace. Then let's see what our energy that we need to be mindful of is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Four of Swords. We have to be mindful of burning out. We also have to be mindful, I'm just seeing this person who will make you think that they're your friend or that they have you on their side. They're like, oh, take a break, take things slow. They're going to take credit for everything that you do if you slow down. And I know that sounds just completely opposite to, all right, we're going to have a hard time taking a break, or we can feel just completely disinterested in something. It's like something we have to do, and yet our heart, our soul just isn't in it. So be mindful of this, but also be mindful of somebody else taking credit for your hard work. It doesn't mean that we can't step back. It doesn't mean that we can't, take things easy, and we need to at times, but we also should not be setting up this person. And I just see this person as really pretending that they're your friend. Oh my gosh, I'll always have your back. Or, oh my gosh, of course I'll tell them that you did everything. And they're not going to. They're going to say, oh, you helped a bit. Or, yeah, of course it was us, but I really came through at the final hour. So being aware of that is going to be very important. Now let's look at our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. We have listening. This is the throat chakra coming through. And it is saying here to listen, to connect, to understand. And so here with listening, this is a world that always talks. This is a world that puts in its opinions before they even have the answers or they've even known the question. So here, with listening, it's saying, take it in, breathe it in, sit in that energy, understand, and then connect. And also with ourselves, Taurus, we need to listen to what our inner voice is telling us. We need to listen to ourselves so that we can move forward and be proactive in the way our soul, our body needs us to be. So here we have the path. Our path is leading us in a direction we hadn't thought of. We didn't think it was possible. And then it says, have faith in your dreams. So as this path comes forward, have faith in your dreams. Have faith that, things can move forward. And what's really interesting is we have faith in your dreams, right? And then we have faith. Balance spirituality with practicality. Having faith that everything can work out, that there can be this balance is what this whole time is about. We're being called to something higher. We're being called to something more. I'm just hearing that bell again ringing, and there's this sense of clarity coming in, of insight coming in. But it's also like, listen to the call and listen to that vibrational energy. It moves us then to the void. You and your dreams need a practical plan. We can be looking at the void or just, again, have that burnt out energy around us that makes us feel lackluster, that makes it feel like nothing is truly beautiful or vibrant anymore. And so here, as we're being told that you and your dreams need a practical plan, we also need to look into that darkness and say, okay, what's going on here? What's holding me back? Where do I need to be? What's important to me? What isn't important? So there's a real sense of being practical with ourselves, but also, Taurus, there's also the sense of don't be so practical that we talk ourselves out of our dreams or we talk ourselves out of where we want to be. Faith. Balance the spiritual and the practical. We have to have faith. We have to have faith that it can be balanced. We have to have faith that we can move forward. We have to have faith in what we're presenting and where it is that we want to be. There's a sense of we might want to know all the answers all the time, and that's great. We're not going to. So having faith during this time, this moon is saying to us, have faith that things will be balanced. This Libra energy of balance is coming forward. So this moon is called the pink moon, and it's called the pink moon because of the phlox flower that blooms during this time. And the phlox flower symbolizes harmony. It symbolizes compatibility, unity, partnership, and agreement. It also represents the united heart and soul. So this is going to be a time of balance coming in, but also of us seeking out that balance. So let's see what the tarot has to say for themselves. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Four of Wands, the Emperor, and the Hanged Man. So the Emperor is also Aries energy. So there's strong Aries energy coming forward. The repeat of the number 4, just as in the Four of Swords, is telling us to remember ourselves, to take time, to connect, to gain an understanding of where it is that we want to be. But there's a sense of something changing. It's a sense of, what is it? How can I make a man out of you from Mulan? That song is just playing. It's like, how can I take this and make it into something more? So what we have here is the Emperor stepping forward. What do I need to do to bring myself or to uphold the responsibilities that I have, or to, bring myself to the place where I have the commitment that I want? And so there's an energy here that's saying, I'm showing up and I'm stepping up. This is going to be very interesting because other people aren't going to step up. Other people aren't going to show up the way that we are. So there's a certain level of pride, of shine, of determination to us. There's also going to be a person here who's kind of like hitching their wagon to ours. It doesn't mean that it has to be romantic, and it may very well not be. This is a person who, I see them like, it's a little bit like a mentor, but it's almost like, I'm choosing you to work for me. This could be a new job opportunity. This could be somebody calling you up and saying, hey, we used to work together. I'm starting up something, or I'd really like you to come and work for this company, or something to that effect. It could be so random. But there's also this sense of, I see what you can do. And there's somebody here who can see what we can do, even if it's just ourselves, being able to see what we can do. There's somebody here who's saying, rise up, rise up, rise up. And it's going to really affect our path because there's a new job opportunity. There could be a moving house. There could be a new relationship coming forward. But what we're looking at is we're giving a deeper commitment than we were before. And it brings us to the Hangman. We're seeing things so differently than we have. So when it says have faith in our dreams, when the moon says have faith in your dreams, it's like, okay, now you're seeing things differently. Now you're putting different energy on the table. Do you still have faith that it can work? Or do our dreams need to tweak a little bit? Do we need to look at what we've been working towards and say, okay, I want this or I want that, or you know what, that's not plausible anymore. We're going to start to see things very differently than we have been. Again, this is very strong energy that's leading us forward. I just see like holding out a hand and pulling us up, holding out a hand and pulling us up. Somebody's going to be pulling us with them. It's like, don't worry, I got you. And that's what just keeps on coming through, just like this, like links in a chain coming together. And I like that. I like that energy a lot. So let's go deeper into the tarot. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. We have the 10 of water, we have the 8 of swords, we have the chariot, and we have the ace of cups. So there's an energy here that first comes forward of I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck. We have to be very mindful of the 8 of swords. People can live their whole lives in the 8 of swords. The 8 of swords is I can't move forward. I can't. We're too much in our own heads. We're overthinking. We're overanalyzing. This is why we're being told, your dreams need a practical plan. Because if we don't have that practical element, when we stare into the void of possibility, it's just going to be like brakes. I'm just hearing brakes pressed, that screeching of the tires. We can't do it. We can't move forward to the place that we want to be. So really acknowledging that is going to be important. We're getting too much in our own heads. Somebody is also trying to get in our heads. Somebody's trying to psych us out, push us out. There's something here. I'm just hearing, playing chicken, or one person's running towards another. And it's like, who will move first? There's somebody here who's playing chicken with us. And we have to stand in our power. But it can also be that our fear is playing chicken with us. It's like, can I move to the place that I want to be? Or will I flinch? Will I move first? Like, will I give up first? And this isn't to say that we're supposed to doggedly or stubbornly go after something. What it is saying is what's important to you. What's important to you, and how are you psyching yourself out? How are you getting in your own head? Because that energy is coming forward here. It brings us to the chariot. There's an energy of take the reins, take the reins. It is time to lead this. It is the time to guide this. It is time for more than you had realized. And so the chariot comes forward, and I'm seeing us taking the reins. And it almost feels like somebody else is supposed to be doing this. So we can be a little bit resentful here during this time. Like, somebody else is supposed to be taking on this responsibility. This is supposed to be somebody else's job. And yet, if we take this on, we have the Ace of Cups coming in. There's a sense of, God, source, spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, cleansing away a lot of the doubts, a lot of the fears that we have. This is a very emotional time for us. So that, again, will not help the anxiety or depression that can come along with the 8 of Swords. So when the emotions are being cleansed, we can feel more raw. We can feel more vulnerable. We can feel more overwhelmed, or easily overwhelmed. And so this is a time where we have to look at the 10 of Cups. And they all live happily ever after. What is important to us? What is our happiness? What is our joy? What is our success? What is our brilliance? How do we embrace it? The 10 of Cups comes in and says, what brings me glee? What brings me joy? And it's a leaning into that in a way that is astounding and extraordinary. The 10 of Cups is happiness. And this is a time where we're uniting, there we go, with our hearts, with our souls, with what we deeply want. That's what this moon symbolizes. And it's bringing it into balance. Taking the cup, taking this energy, helps to open up the door, helps to guide us. It moves us then to angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. It brings us to the 7 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Fool. So we are the Hierophant. We are represented by the Hierophant in the major arcana. We are represented by the cups, not the cups, the coins in the minor arcana. So there's something very interesting that's coming forward here. There's a betrayal. There's a betrayal that's opening up new avenues. It's like if we weren't betrayed, we wouldn't be looking at it this way. So that's right here off the bat. That's why it's saying have faith, balance the spirituality with the practicality. Have faith that things will balance because we've undergone a hard time. And there's new roads opening up to us. But there's also this sense of we always thought it would be, left or right, this way or that way. Now we're going to start to see new avenues coming forward. And as those new avenues come forward, and it's after a betrayal, it's after a hurt, a pain. And Taurus, we don't do well with betrayals. Nobody does, right? But we are not the type of people who sit there and say loyalty means nothing. Loyalty is everything. And so this has hurt. And this has struck deep. It doesn't have to be a betrayal that just happened. It could be a betrayal that has happened years ago. But we're seeing ourselves now because of that and that remembrance and that, intensity. We're seeing new paths open. It brings us to the Nine of Cups. There's a wish being granted. There's drinking deeply in celebration. And as that energy comes forward, we have the Eight of Wands. Things start really moving. It's like somebody tried to hold us back. We're succeeding. Everything's really moving forward in the institution, in a sense of this is how it's been and this is how it will be. This is the structure of it. So what that energy brings is that I always see a wheel with the Hierophant. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're utilizing that wheel to the highest of our abilities to create something beautiful and meaningful and prosperous for us. And so the Hierophant comes in and we're embracing the essence of ourselves and we're seeing ourselves shine, but it's within a structure. It's within a foundation. It's within a unit. And this is a time where that unity of the phlox flower brings us the partnership that we want. It brings us also down a new path. And this path, again, it all happens rather quickly. And so we never thought we could, or we didn't think that was possible. And now it's like, oh no, the door is opening. The door is opening and be surprised. Look at it differently because the world will not be the same. And we're going to think, oh my gosh, I'm so foolish for doing this. But would we also be fools for keeping our mouths shut? For standing in the background always? For staying small and quiet? It's like, yeah. Let ourselves be brave. Remember, every single person who is an entrepreneur, who, does something creative or different, is at first a fool. Every single hero is first a fool. So embracing that is also very important. Just like, let's say you start to mentor somebody or you start to take on responsibilities that weren't yours. You really help out your nephew, your niece, your, friends' kids or somebody like that, or just people around you. And people are thinking, why are you taking on this responsibility? It means nothing, but it means everything to that child or that person that you are helping. And that's the energy that's here. It's like somebody will look at it and be like, why are you doing that? It's just more work for you. But it's changing the game. It's changing the game, and you're going to see that it's like, oh. And it's not going to be instantaneously that you're like, oh, that's why I did it. It's like, oh, wow, my heart called me to this, and I have to embrace it. It moves us to our subconscious Luna energy, which begins with realization. It says here, realization, bring love into the situation. And that's what we're going to see. We're realizing that we hold the key to a lot more. And that's the thing with the Hierophant. The Hierophant holds the keys. The kingdom of heaven is his. If we take it, that's what the Hierophant has going for them. That we can open up the door to the extraordinary. And we are the Hierophant Taurus. And so that moves us to the statement, the question of bring love into the situation. If we are the key, can we bring love into the situation? Can we bring power and beauty and ourselves? Can we bring that love for who we are and who we will one day be to the situation and who we once were? It brings us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and it's the moon. We have to be mindful, first of all, of the full moon. In and of itself, it's going to be more intense, especially emotionally. And we see that right here with the Ace of Wands than we thought it was going to be. But this is also fears and doubts and looking at things in different ways. As this moon comes forward, are we able to handle everything that comes with it? It brings us then to Angels and Masters. Our subconscious chakra energy, which is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. Our angels are guiding us. They're wrapping us in their wings. They're protecting us. And now it is a time where we utilize this protection, where we move forward in this power. And it brings us to our subconscious tarot message, which begins with judgment. We're seeing ourselves rise out of darkness. We're seeing ourselves rise to something more. We're hearing a call. And there's the saying, why the bell, and again, the bell keeps on showing. There's this old saying where every time a bell rings, an angel gets their wings. And that's the energy that's here. It's like every time this bell rings, like something so mundane happens, it brings upon something extraordinary. So let us look at like the miracles in our existence that are bringing on the extraordinary. It brings us to the Queen of Fire. This is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But we're going to see that we're igniting the passion of our heart. There's beauty around us. There's also somebody that we're being drawn to. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. It's just what I keep on hearing. It doesn't mean that they have to be physically beautiful. They can also be emotionally beautiful. But there's a beauty here that is breathtaking. Subconsciously, we're being drawn towards the beauty. It could be of an individual. It could be of an idea. But we are drawn towards that beauty. It brings us then to the Knight of Cups. Water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. We're going to see ourselves moving towards defending what we love. Subconsciously, we need that defense of the heart, and we need to defend our heart. We're taking this gift of the Ace of Cups, most definitely. But because it's subconscious, and because it's from a different deck, it doesn't feel like we are. There's a disconnect to it. We have to know that we are moving forward in that emotional fervor, but also this emotional hero, like connection. It's like I'm connecting with being the hero of my story. I'm connecting with truly embracing what I love, what I need, what I desire, and I am strong because of that. There's also a sense of something, oh, that's so funny, of something being mirrored back to you. Like if you look at his armor, you have the fields and the beauty mirrored outward. And so there's something coming in where it's shining the light on the mirror of our soul. We're going to see reflected what we feel. That's why it's going to be so important to rest, to take care of ourselves, to make sure that we're at our best, because that's going to be coming back to us. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and intensity of this moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus, and may you have a blessed moon.